Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back and we are live. That's right. Bruce Buffer. Not even wrestling. Yeah, that's not wrestling, but check it out. It's your man Brian B. And this is what I call time to get straight through the ropes, brother. I'm always going through Hulk Hogan. I don't care what he said in his little video with his manager. Yo, what's good, people? People, it's your boy. It's Brian B. We back at it. That's right. I'm doing some more wrestle talk this year because I want y'all to come on and talk about what's going on in the world of wrestling. It's so much wrestling now. We cannot not talk about it. We cannot not talk about it. So we got to talk about it. Feel me? Body slam, break through the mat. All about it. AEW, WWE, WWF came back. All that shit. Yo, and I had to get me a partner to talk about it today because this was thrown together at the last minute. But I can always count on the American prodigy himself. He's back in the ring too. I told you it's all about wrestling. And he's here with your boy today. Ladies and gentlemen, introduce and bring it back to the ring. Straight through the ropes Productions presents Mr. Warren Marlowe.
What up? What up? What up? What's up, bro? What's up?
I know I can count on you to come on here and talk. I was trying to find a whole bunch of different people. We're going to have panel discussions. Oh man, damn! Oh, I'm going crazy in here today.
You always can rely on the Captain America of wrestling. I've got that nickname just recently, so I guess we're going to trademark it.
There you go. Yo, listen, it's always good to have at least one. But hey, listen, guys, if you're out there, watching this, make sure that you like, make sure that you share. Your boy Brian B. I've been working all damn day. I'm tired, man. You don't see me tired too much. I'm always amped up. I need a Red Bull or something. I don't drink. I've been drinking energy drink in a long ass time either. But we've been doing so much recently with the show. Thank you guys so much. At the beginning of the year, so the very first episode of the year. Besides the New Year's Eve episode that we did, it ran over a little bit. But yo, listen, we're trying to dominate this year, man. So you're gonna see us going live. You're gonna see things happen. Like I said, I'm going live on the line. It's gonna be a lot more prevalent in the future of the B line. But Warren, Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year. We ain't even said it.
Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, another year, bro.
Another year. I just celebrated my 5 years of marriage as well on New Year's Day.
Beautiful.
How you're saying you're tired, man. I'm now just slowly getting back in my time zone and stuff because I was on a cruise for the last 3 or 4 days.
There you go.
I got that relaxation, so now I'm starting to get back to gotta get used to my phone ringing every single day of the week. Realize I'm not kid free anymore. I ain't complaining about it, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's like those times you just don't know what you're gonna do with yourself. And it's like, especially when I was like,
they get away. Yep, you're like,
yeah, it's free, like holy cow.
I know that.
What is feeling. That?
But see, I'm also one of them people that as soon as my kids ain't around, I miss them, yo. It's like, it sucks. It's like, damn.
I panic. Especially when I heard a kid like talk, it sounded like my daughter. I'm turning around, I'm like, oh, how she get on this boat?
Or you see somebody else with kids, and you're like, oh, yo, my baby's at, yo. I ain't supposed to be without my baby's
at. Yeah, man.
Guys, once again, man, Warren's on here with me. We're gonna be talking. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of different people coming on for the Wrestle Talks. Coming up in the future, we're gonna have a lot of Wrestle Talks going through. We got a beginning of the year. Beginning of the year is always the most fun for wrestling, especially when you're
almost definitely.
Bro, listen, you start off with the Royal Rumble. That's my favorite pay-per-view event of the year. So
this year,
oh man, it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have Royal Rumble cover. We're gonna have all that stuff. We're going all the way through the year this year. A lot of guests coming on. Man, I can't. You know how when you get that thing in your throat or whatever, a tickle or whatever. Jacking me up.
It never happens until when that spotlight has to come on.
Yeah, of course, I'm on air. Now I'm gonna get it. But yeah. So Warren, go ahead, real quick. While I'm trying to get my life together over here. Tell us about your in-ring return, bro. How had it go?
Oh man, it was amazing. I got to be in the ring with one of my arch enemies in my wrestling genre, with one of my best friends, less fortunate. I could not believe the time limit they gave us our first match back. I'm thinking, 10, maybe 7 minutes, since we both haven't been in the ring. No, this promoter gave us 26 solid minutes. And it wasn't even entrance to entrance. It was bell to bell. And my gosh. Um, I lost it. Obviously coming to the ring, I cried. Never cried in the match, and I lost it because I'm getting these flashbacks, with the doctor telling me, "Hey, you can never do this again. You will possibly die." And it just so much like I live to prove people wrong. And this is just another testament to, hey man, if you want it so bad, find a ways to not only take care of yourself, make it to where you can make these happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Edge, Daniel
Triple H.
Bryan, now
Yeah.
Paige,
Paige.
like
Yeah.
these things really got me to really was like, there's something there. I didn't break my neck fully, so there's something there. And then when I went to the doctor and they looked at me and said, "It looked like you not even like you've ever been hurt before," that just made me just pray constantly, just saying thank you. Like,
Yeah, man, for sure.
like these things is such a different and just a different adversity and stuff that you can go through. And I mean, it's just another chapter in the crazy life of me. I've overcome so much, but this one right here is one of my biggest victories. I call it every single day, for me to not only get to go back in a ring and entertain crowd that I haven't been able to entertain for so long, be the character that I never thought I could be again, but to do it with one of my best friends and kill it, like
Yeah.
completely killed it. Like the promoter came in the back. He's like, y'all had to have been going over this match. Y'all had to have been doing something because y'all did not miss a beat. And there was a couple of things I felt like I messed up, and there was a couple of things he felt like he messed up because he was nervous about how he landed, and obviously I was nervous about how I was going to land at first a little bit, but I was trying not to get too crazy out there. But like everyone gave us positive feedback on it, and I mean, just the outroar of what happened was just a beautiful thing. And I think we
It's
were like
awesome, man.
not even 3 hours from where you were, if I remember. I think,
Atlanta. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
wrestling's big over here, man. It's like
bruh.
Georgia, period.
If any guy is listening to this, if you're trying to get booked on a show, 9 times out of 10, look at somewhere in Georgia.
Yep.
One little town or something is always running a show
Yep.
every single weekend. You could work 3 or 4 shows a week
Yeah, for real.
if you
Yeah.
really wanted to. That's really how I used to get my money. So
When I
there's
used
a
to
little tip out there for people.
I used to work at I used to deliver like ice cream for Good Humor and stuff like that, delivering at different
Hmm.
gas stations and stuff.
Right.
When I tell you, man, every town I go into or whatever, they'd always have a flyer on the wall promoting a wrestling event. And I'm like, damn, man, that's actually how I started getting into and the guy that I used to work with, he used to bring me to him, and so much fun, man. Just like in the gymnasiums and stuff like that or whatever. Purchase your little $5 ticket. Then see the people that you're gonna watch on WWE one day, just in there, busting their ass, killing it, man. For
I,
just a
I say it
stadium.
like this: when you watch an indie show, it's like when you watch a college athlete play football, basketball, or something. You find the
Yeah,
ones that really have heart to play in the game. Like, I'm not saying all the pros don't have heart to play in the game. I have a friend that literally plays for the Tennessee Titans, and I know he is blessed to be on that field every single weekend and
gotcha.
be a
Yeah, yeah,
running back for this team and stuff like that. So I literally love the fact that people can see guys that do these for the indies, because these guys, this is their life.
yeah.
This is this isn't their 9 to 5, if we really want to be blunt sometimes. And most of these guys live off of these incomes that what these indie shows and stuff. And I know people see these videos, what indie wrestling is compared to pro wrestling. I know people have been seeing these little vignette things.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
especially now. So indie wrestling is such a bigger deal than it used to be. Like, back in
yes.
the day, wrestling was WWF or WWE, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it. And then you had, the internet, and then you had, more exposure on what the actual creative process being the indie scene is. And just worldwide, based on wrestling. And now you have so much of it that it's kind of like the
Sickening.
UFC. I mean,
It's
UFC was the
crazy.
same one. Yeah. just a
it's
lot,
like seeing like how we
a lot of
see the
talent.
UFC Ultimate Fighter or WWE's Tough Enough. That is
Exactly.
how I see the indies now. And you could just constantly just type somebody's name and they pop up. That's the
Yep.
insane part because used to be is like you walk into town, nobody knows who you are. Like my character, I did not think had a lot of people that were gonna know who I was when I came out. People knew who I was, knew who Less Fortunate was, and that even made it more promising for us because we haven't been in the ring for so long.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
for that whole little vignette that we did, that was the real reality story of that match was nobody was supposed to know about it unless if you were at the building because we were not going to promote it or anything because this was my testament to see if I could still go in the ring. Like honestly,
Got
that
you.
was my
You ain't
thing
want no
because I thought
amazing
this one
event.
was going to stink the joint.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always said, like when if anybody from the indies, they know this, your first match is bound to be your stinker. Like
Yeah.
literally. And I was expected not to be that AP that I always knew how to be for the longest time, but apparently it did well. The fans reacted well with it. I didn't feel like anything was too off. I felt like I got carried away in some things. He got carried away in some things, but it was just a beautiful story. And
Well, I
those
mean,
are
that's
some of the
awesome, man.
funnest ones, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, really. And I mean, it's good that you were able to get back into the ring. 'Cause I remember when I first met you, you were telling me how you had stopped wrestling and like showing me the action figure and stuff like that. And I'm like, I know how it's like to like, do something and then you don't do it anymore. Then you're like, man, listen, even if it's like a job that you used to have, and I've got a lot of jobs, and it's like, when you're there, you're like, oh man, I'm done with this crap. But then especially if you're good at it, then you see somebody else doing it, and you're like, oh, listen, I could just shit better than him. Why is he even? So it's like
I
that same
mean,
kind of
I
feel,
always
man.
felt like I was going to get drawn back into it because, like I told you, man, people message me constantly about their matches, what they could do with their characters, and some of these guys are in the big leagues,
Yeah,
and they still ask my advice on some of these things just because I know an art of psychology of character crowd wise. I know how to run with a crowd
yeah,
because that's the biggest thing that people need to really know is you need to know your audience. If your audience is feeling a drop kick, do a drop kick. If your audience is feeling a leapfrog, do a damn leapfrog. You ain't gotta jump out of the building and do all those crazy things. That right there is the moment that they need. And like these
yeah,
are the things that people just need to learn. Like, yes, it's okay to test, okay, maybe I could do this, but you also need to really realize if the crowd size is not as big as what that move is supposed to present, is it smart to do it? Because something I learned from like how you said you learn how to start saying no to a lot of people is I had to learn, okay, if that move is going to happen, what impact do I have regarding the match?
yeah,
If I jump out of the ring, what impact does that involve for the whole scenario?
yeah. You
Because
think about the reaction.
if I'm just doing that to do it, why? That's going to
Yeah,
hurt me more than my opponent.
yeah,
And
that's
that
a
puts
good
more
point too.
responsibility onto the opponent because now he's got
Yeah,
to either catch me or wherever the heck I'm going to fly. So it's
yeah.
like those things is something that I learned so much more. And I feel like that's something that's going to help me into this new run that we want to call it. This was only supposed to be like a 4-off thing, and now everybody's been acting like this is about to be a damn tour. So
Well,
I've
make it
been
happen,
saying
man.
no pretty often lately.
Make it happen while you're making it happen, man. Well, you pick the best time because I mean, wrestling is definitely on fire right now in my eyes. I mean, like I said, yeah. Listen, so for people watching, this is definitely the first time I'm coming on with a live, and we're doing a live wrestling experience here. It's called Straight
Yeah,
Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. This is a branch of my Beeline Entertainment show.
we're gonna
I've
branch out a
all
little bit. You see?
There you go, buzzing with Marlo. Yeah, 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 for sure. And yeah, yo, that's a big thing, man. I'm trying to get on everybody. Yo, whoever's you got merch, you got this. I'm trying to help y'all, man. But I can't help y'all unless y'all like start to understand. Like, hey, we gotta try something different. So we trying new things here at the Beeline Entertainment, man. It ain't staying the same. Like you see, we try to move into different areas, and wrestling is definitely a big one for me. I always love wrestling. I've met Mr. Marlowe here, with just being a wrestling fan, man. He was an indie wrestler
We've
and
we've talked
came
like
on
12 hours,
for
like
real.
even off of air. If you think about it, like
Yeah, for
we
real. Oh
met
yeah.
each other. We met each other like under a year, and we feel like we've been like high school classmates or something, just because how that connection we have and
And
stuff.
that's
So
how it goes, man. Because it's like whenever you find
it's a
somebody who's
beautiful thing what
interested, man.
podcasts can do.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, wrestling is such a it's been around for a long time, and everybody's like,
Hmm.
you still have the diehard fans, man. And just like football or any of that stuff, like, you got fans and you got a support system. Guys want to talk about it. You want to talk about what's happening. You want to talk about what's going to happen. And that's what I'm trying to build here with this wrestling straight through the ropes. So we're going to start the first live episode today. I hope you guys are watching. If you see anything, you want to comment anything, please do. We will talk about it. But I'd want to talk about, we just had, the first Raw of the year, and kind of setting the precedent of what's going on. SmackDown was the one that went off right before the New Year's was over. Let's talk about that for a minute, because I kind of, the thing with
I
like
was mad
how,
I couldn't go. I was so mad I couldn't go because we were in Tampa. That's where I
oh
was
yes, right, it
forced.
was in Florida. Yeah, yeah,
We were poured out there, and I was like, "Hun, please tell me we're going on the boat Saturday.
yeah,
Please tell me we're doing that because I was gonna surprise them. We were gonna go to SmackDown.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because I got a friend that he could help us get in and stuff. And I was like, please say that because I was like, damn, Cena's gonna be there. Like, come
yeah.
on,
Oh yeah,
who
that's
doesn't want to go see
sold
John
out
Cena?
for real, man.
They sold that building out
Out, yeah, it's
before
crazy.
they announced it. They had a feeling that Cena was gonna be there. Done.
That's so, to this day, it's crazy because John Cena, I mean, I don't even know how there's conversation about it anymore. I
Get
mean,
mad if you
he
want,
is
man. He's the greatest of all
the
time.
greatest of all time, yo. There's no doubt about it. And I don't
I'm a
care if you're
Rock
saying,
fan, and I will tell you that
yeah, there's
he
no doubt.
literally has transcended what a superstar could be. Like
Yeah,
honestly, yes, Austin was the cool one. Austin was the guy that literally you got to see stun his boss, beat down some of the best names out there. I mean, the best matches he's had is with Triple H, Undertaker, obviously The Rock, hands down, probably the best feud ever. They will probably never duplicate it, but that's just my opinion. But
yeah,
you've got The Rock. There was this electricity about him that enthusiastic, like the entertainment aspect. You knew The Rock. You knew The Rock either had a plan to either do movies or something because just that charismatic that he had. Then you had John Cena. You had Cena. If Hogan was completely like the Terminator, that's what John Cena was. John Cena
yeah,
was a guy that literally looked like a damn superhero, dressed dressed in a different way to fit with the culture at the time, which was the smartest thing ever, and then embraced it and involved the kids. And that was the main focus. That was something that people have failed on so much is connecting with the kids.
yeah, yeah,
And Cena has transcended and he's continuing it still to this day.
yeah.
Still to
John
this
Cena.
day.
If I was to put John Cena in any category, it would definitely be the Hulk Hogan category, because
Oh, no
John
doubt.
Cena, he was the Hulk Hogan of the new millennium. Whether it
He's
be the
literally
even
Ultimate Warrior if he had it was literally Ultimate Warrior and Hogan if they had a baby together. There you go.
well, damn,
That's where you
I don't
get
know about
Cena.
that. Because
That's
Cena
where you get
was,
Cena. No, I'm
but
saying the
the thing
body
is,
form. The body form
like
of
how he
Ultimate
looks.
Warrior.
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan personification, the character driven, the
yeah.
following of kids looking at him going, I want to be this guy. I
See,
want to be like Cena.
another big thing with John Cena that carried him was, one of the reasons, like you heard him speak recently on it about the event that happened where they were about to let his ass go.
Yep.
And he was saying that he was on the bus and Rikishi and them were in the back rapping. And he literally just started jumping in and started rapping, and
And he
Stephanie
had
McMahon heard him.
albums.
And he that shit saved his career. That fucking thugonomics, which was a good gimmick too. I mean, it fit. You can have a goofy gimmick if you play it right. That's why your character matters, because it's like you can give Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas the B team gimmick or whatever, and put goofy shirts on them and marker. And if you can play it,
If
you
you
just
can play it
you just sold
well,
yourself.
it will
That's
sell.
it. Yeah, yeah,
For
that's it.
example, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was supposed to be the biggest
No,
joke in the planet
Sami Zayn
on
is
Bloodline.
king, bro.
On the Bloodline. And he's literally been the most talked about guy on the Bloodline lately. He's got
Yeah,
his own damn T-shirt now. Like fans
yeah,
are going to be so emotional. They're going to have these, and I tell you all the time, wrestling is about moments. It's not
yeah,
about the matches. It's not about the moves. It's about the moments. And Sammy has realized that. KO has realized that. These main guys are starting to realize it. Roman finally realized it when he finally got to have his moment to be the tribal chief. Like, these are the things that now we're focusing now, because like how we just said about Cena. Cena followed with a generation that it worked with.
Mm-hmm.
Our audience followed Cena because it was something new. You weren't given the guy that was literally the typical guy that wrestles in tights. Cena tried that. It didn't work. Like you just said, he was threatened to get fired
Yep.
because they didn't like how he looked. They didn't like how the underdog attitude. They did
It
not
wasn't
like that.
working. Wasn't on that shit no more. It was a new era. Yeah. It
Embraced
was
the character. He got a damn album out of it, and he even had a tour. If anybody remembers,
yo.
he had a band. He had a whole thing for that whole
But see,
year.
people talk about Cena and he's in the ring is really good. His character is really good. But the
You can
biggest thing
never
with
find a
Cena,
real
man,
bad match with Cena.
he's got charisma, man. Like he knows how to work the mic. He knows how to play his part, and he does it fucking extremely well. And that's why I'm saying, like, people who Stone Cold Steve Austin is my favorite wrestler of all time. There's no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying?
Stone
But even
Cold
I
even
know,
acknowledges this.
of
He
course,
even
of
says
course.
this.
Because he knows damn well that, as far as branching off into the movies, in the ring, and longevity, even, I mean, Cena's still having matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hasn't missed. I think they said that this would have been the
He's
last
been
year that he
wrestling
would
for
have.
20 straight years. He has
Every
had a
year he
match.
has a match. Every year he has a match. He's still doing it. There's no doubt about it. In my mind, that he's the greatest of all time, At least for
And he
now.
can
I
still
mean,
go. He can still go.
he can still go. He did pretty good in that main event that they had on
He did
Friday.
exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah.
Cena, and that's the thing with the audience. Like, it's about those moments. You were anticipating that moment where you got to see him tag with John. I'm
Oh yeah.
sorry, nobody gave a damn about KO that night.
No,
Nobody cared.
they're all there because John Cena
They
was
were
there.
there for Cena.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were there to see Cena perform, do the John
yeah,
Cena thing that we all love and also hate at the same time,
yeah.
But
But the thing is, that shows why, the discussion about having, like, even with The Rock, what everybody's talking about now, which I really, really hope they don't do, with The Rock being, fighting Roman at Mania. Like, if that happens, bro, the problem is you're watching it because you want to see The Rock, man. That's why you're watching the shit. So it does take away from what's actually happening in that storyline that's engaging. And now, see, you can get away with it how they did it on a SmackDown, on a
Roman
what's it
really
called?
wants this one though, bro. Roman
Yo,
has been
Roman,
asking for this one for a long time.
it would
That's
be an
why the
amazing
bloodline.
match.
So hold on. You do know this is the reason why the Usos are not released yet for the DUI and stuff like that because of this storyline. They
Oh,
have
I
been
don't agree
trying
with
to
that,
keep
bro.
this. No, they've been
Usos
trying to
gonna be
keep
there
this
forever,
storyline for
man.
a long time. The only reason why Jay did not get fully in trouble because one, Roman needed both of them.
Oh
Roman
yeah,
needed both of
that
them
ain't gonna work.
because they were bringing up Solo, but Solo was still not fully there yet. At the Rikishi was not fully okay with Solo going to the WWE yet. So they only had those two to focus on. And that was really the best year the Usos have ever had.
Man, the
And
Usos, greatest tag team of all fucking time, yo. I'll say it.
I
On
agree with you.
live,
And I
baby.
never
On
thought I would
live.
say that. I never thought I would say that because I was so intrigued
Greatest.
with, New Day. I've been intrigued with all these new factions, and I mean the longevity span. Honestly, the New Day and the Usos are literally the only main tag teams I've seen in the
Last.
last 10 years.
Last.
In the
Yeah.
last 10 years,
You can't think of not one other one. But you
and
want to
they've
know
never
something?
had a bad match.
Nope,
Never.
no, hell no. Yeah, especially New Day, man. New Day as well. They are. I mean, I hope Big E is not, out of forever. I hope that when he does
No.
come back, I do hope that they come back and they do reform. I say keep New
I
Day
want
forever,
I
man.
want a different transition for Big E. I really
Yeah,
want him
you
to
do.
actually get something out of his own.
I
Like how
don't
me
think
and you've
he
been
did
talking
it
about it for
right
the
though,
longest
man.
time.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the only way to do that would make him heel. He couldn't do it any other way. You couldn't put
I
the
would love to
singlet
see
on him.
Kofi go heel. What different character transition would it see to see Kofi go heel
But
after
what would he do
everything
though?
he's done? Like
Yeah,
Kofi's like, hey man, I'm tired of carrying this group. I'm tired of being the inspiration, the motivator. It's my time. I'm the old guy in this. I can't be doing this much longer. It's my time to get this.
yeah.
I'm not just gonna be a one-time champion. I'm gonna go for two or something involvement. And you get Kofi to start wearing a suit or something. Make him look just
That's
crazy
what I
as
said
hell.
about Big E. That's what I said about Big E because I can see Big E hitting that role because Big E is fucking big dude. He's believable in that I'm taking over role. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have that image to go along with that. Now,
Yeah.
just speaking of this, let's transition. This is a good transition actually. Let's jump in. We were talking about Cena did good on his upcoming match. We were there to see Cena, and he
Hmm.
pinned the Sammy taking that L. I think that's going to have ramifications with the bloodline storyline. You know, we'll
You
see
knew
where it
Roman
goes.
wasn't taking that.
Oh
You
yeah,
knew
oh yeah,
Roman wasn't
yeah.
taking that.
But he did suffer his first loss in 3 years.
Hmm.
First legit loss in 3 years. That's
On
fucking
SmackDown.
incredible,
Yep.
man. On SmackDown. But okay, let's transition because we're like we were just saying. The problem with Kofi is the same problem I'm having with the events that occurred on Raw with the Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair match. Now,
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
when I saw this match, the first thing I think this is the problem when you got a big ass fucking Bianca Belair, beautiful fucking Bianca Belair, and she's jacked and she'll pick me up and slam my ass. So when Alexa Bliss comes. And Alexa Bliss, she's a good wrestler for sure. But let's be real. She's like 5'2". Wrestling this
She's
girl
strong
who
as shit though.
Alexa's a
You ain't
good
see some
wrestler, yo.
combine pictures of her? She can
Man,
get almost
listen.
500 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
a
man.
professional bodybuilder for a long time.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. But I'm just saying, like, when you see the comparison, bro, it doesn't look like
Yeah.
Alexa's gonna.
Presentation. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't. Like, if you saw that shit on a poster back in the day, and it was Alexa Bliss and Bianca, you'd be like, this fucking girl gonna destroy her. But at the same time, like, we know Alexa, and we know her history and her character and how she's been fucking multi-time, women's champion, and her character is really good. Like, she's really good at her character, but Bianca, it looks unstoppable compared to her. And it's not as exciting to see that. So, like, that's why I said transition. With Kofi, Kofi's fucking phenomenal, unbelievably phenomenal wrestler. But you're not
Kofi's
going to
probably
put,
the most underrated guy on that roster.
yo,
Period.
but listen, you ain't putting him
Him
up
and Dolph
against
Ziggler are
Gunther,
right between them two are literally the
Dolph.
most two underrated guys.
Listen, I'll take,
You could have those two work a broomstick and make an entertainment aspect
I'll
out of it.
take Dolph Ziggler. I'll take Dolph Ziggler, bro. If I could be a manager just for a day and just have some power, I would take Dolph Ziggler.
You
I'd
put
make
the
Dolph
title
Ziggler
on him instantly.
the most amazing heel in the world. I feel like Dolph. I mean, he's had a run. He's had some successful periods throughout wrestling.
Almost
But
got to work a match against Nick Namath. My second year.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
a
he had flight
long
issues or
time
something.
ago.
I can't remember.
Got it. Yeah.
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 It was
I
right
mean,
when right before they were right before they were getting him to introduce with Vicky and all them, and obviously he was doing like that intercontinental like old Billy Gunn ordeal that they were going for a little bit.
you talking
He
about
was
Dolph,
just
right?
getting he was just getting out of the Spirit Squad ordeal.
Yeah. The Spirit Squad. I remember he was where he started there.
Yeah,
I mean, and Kenny Dykstra
Dykstra,
or whatever, he was in
Dykstra,
it
yeah,
too, right? Because he's in
yep.
NXT now, right? Doing that playing that big guy role. This guy's been in wrestling for a while, man. Been WWE for a while.
No, that's a whole different guy. Kenny Dykstra
Okay, it's
actually is
not
on
him.
the
That's not him.
Indies right now.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember because there was another guy who was playing that
I don't
the
know
dude
his real actual name,
Retribution.
but they're not the same guy.
Got it. Okay, yeah. But yeah. Yo, Dolph is incredible, bro. But when I saw the Alexa Bliss Bianca Belair match, it was a good match. You saw it? You watch it?
Do you want me to watch it? You want me to give you the insights of like how a fan watches it, or you want me to get the insights of literally what pissed me off with this match?
All right, let me start because you're gonna try to fucking dilute it. Listen, all right, this is what I liked about it, right? I like the fact that they're playing the whole Alexa Bliss Bray Wyatt shit. All right, they building Bray Wyatt stuff. I'm telling you, this is all I gotta say about it. The way that they're building it, it better be good, yo. I think it's gonna be good, but the way they're building it, it better be good.
You're expected to
Because
be in game, not
I'm
Thor: Love and
bro,
Thunder.
yes, because I'm telling you, there's only so much that you can keep
Yeah.
doing every fucking week, man. It's like, okay, the Fletcher Flash and she's mad now. Like, whatever, yo. Like, what is it building up to? Because you had Uncle Howdy on what's called, and that was clearly Bo Dallas. But what is it building? Because I feel like when it does finally come, the only thing that they can do is go against the bloodline. I'm telling you, I don't know what else they could possibly do with the shit. It's gonna build, and it has to go somewhere. It's got to go against the bloodline, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know. It ain't gonna be no belts involved. I think it's just gonna be them.
No.
Yeah. I think it's just gonna be them. The Wyatt Six, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I don't think Sammy gonna be there. I think I think it's just gonna be them going to, because they're gonna need a huge opponent. You know what I'm saying? Unless the Hurt Business, but they're definitely coming back. That was another thing. Like they kind of verified this year. But what did you think about the Alexa Bliss and Bianca match, bro?
All right, so the one thing I have got to say, I feel like this title has made Bianca feel like she's a little bit more better than everyone.
Yeah.
When I say that, in the matches, her expressions in the matches have been very lackluster. She is not slowing down in the ring much at all. Like some of the stuff that Alexa was trying to sell for her moves, Bianca was already jumping to 3 different moves right after. Like I don't know if you saw where Alexa had to slide down so Bianca could take the flip, because Bianca was already, I don't know if she was just energetic over from the crowd or whatever, but she was like, it felt like Bianca was lost in a shuffle for a little bit before they went to commercial break. I really was just like, please just slow down. Y'all have got this thing. Y'all have built this up good. I want to see the cinematic version of it. I want to see the ending. And it got better around after the commercial break, but you could just tell because one, Bianca stiffed Alexa. That's why Alexa got that bloody nose.
Yeah,
that kind of pissed Alexa off on that one. Yeah. And that's why Alexa stiffed her on the steel steps. If nobody noticed it, that's where she got the jawline nicely. Looked like she had a razor across it because Alexa gave her the receipt.
Yeah.
And the second one was not supposed to happen. Nobody didn't know about it. The second one wasn't supposed to happen. Because Alexa was kind of pissed about.
Oh, when she did the DDT again?
Yeah. But I loved it. See, now the things that I loved about it was I love the thing about with Bray. This thing has been way long overdue on a booking standpoint. This now tells you that Bray Wyatt is not just going to be only on SmackDown. Now he's got involvement for Raw. Yeah. Now he's got an involvement for all of it. Because if nobody remembers, the draft is pretty much coming soon. So that is the fact that is going to be a main factor in this. That's going to be a moment to figure out, okay, what's going to happen with this? What's going to go on with this? And I love this thing we're going, what's going on with Uncle Howie. We got like 9 different suggestions, and people are still acting like they're solid on some of these. Like when Howie came out and he had the blonde hair, people thought it was instantly Edge. I'm just sitting there laughing like, come on, man. Like, stick to your first selection. If you think it's that,
it's Bo Dallas, bro. There's no way it's not Bo Dallas. You know what? It should have been Bo Dallas like fucking 2 years ago. I mean, honestly, I think that Bo Dallas should have been a part of that whole.
Bo was a huge if Triple H was involved when NXT was first involved in it, Bo Dallas would have had at least 1 or 2 titles. Instantly.
I'm telling you.
He was their main guy on NXT when they first started.
He had a good character. Like he's one of them dudes that seems like he can play everything. Yeah, man. And it's silly, but it's like we were talking about earlier. You can do anything, man. You can make anything work if you
sell it enough to a crowd.
Yep.
That will get over. If it doesn't, then you tried something. That's the biggest part. That's the best thing about wrestling. Wrestling is whatever you want this shit to believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrestling is about what character makes different than anything they've ever seen. Bro, if anybody remembers, they had Ron Simmons in some goofy damn super Aquaman villain different looking thing, and it was over. because he
Yeah.
made it look presentable.
Yeah. He
It
put
is
the tough
not hard to
shit.
do this stuff, but we've got
Yeah.
this wrestling transition now that it's fast-paced wrestling. We got to keep doing this, and that's something that WWE is really tackling on. They want wrestling in the show, but they're bringing it as a character aspect. Look at
That's
Ricochet's matches now. Ricochet's
yeah.
matches are phenomenal, but he's
Yeah.
bringing
Yeah.
a
They are.
character in these things. It's not
Yeah.
just Ricochet just doing a typical thing that you would see on the indies. He is bringing a character driven into these matches. Gunther,
Yeah.
my God, I don't care
Bro.
what name they call this
Beast
dude.
mode.
This dude is going to be the next Brock Lesnar. Hear me out when I say that.
Yeah.
He will be the next big powerhouse, period. Period.
The Imperium altogether, bro. Like I
I would
think
like to
that
see Imperium with the White against the White
yeah,
Six.
oh,
That would
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah. That would
interesting.
be something else good. I just don't know where it would be the dynamic. I feel like the Imperium, the three of them, just the three, it can always be just the three of them, even if they're going up against like 7 people. I feel like they can be a straight dominant team, yo. Like their feuds with the Brawl and Bruce and stuff like
Let them feud with the bloodline soon.
that. I think the bloodline's on the verge of a heel. I mean, of a face turn, bro. I mean, it's been feeling like they were for a while. I feel like they kind of came back from it a little bit now with them doing like the whole thing on Raw, them opening up, kind of taking over the show and shit. I
Hmm.
don't know what they're trying to build at this point because everybody was cheering for him. It literally like the whole Uzi thing. They became that because Sami Zayn turned it in that shit. I mean, there's no way denying it. First of all, you love Roman. They've been winning for so long.
People
You can't
were
deny
getting
him.
bored with the bloodline at first. Sammy
They
made a
conquered that.
new entertainment aspect to it. Like I used to see all these podcasters getting mad, like, oh man, they're not putting anybody over, they're not doing this. I said they don't have to.
No, they don't have
Like
to. Yeah.
they're the best thing going on in this damn show. Literally.
In wrestling, let's be real.
Look at
In
Raw. Look at
wrestling
Raw
right
right now.
now.
I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
people get mad at me all they want.
Yeah.
Young Bucks, all Briscoes, as good as them boys are, they don't touch the Usos. And I
Nah,
said
bro.
it.
Nah,
I
fuck
said
out
it.
of here. Not even
I
character
said it.
wise. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, not even like what storyline. The bloodline is the best shit
Hear
going on
me
in
out
wrestling
too.
right now, bro.
FTR might be signing a WWE contract pretty soon. Also, just let that one out well. But
Okay.
literally, nobody is touching the Usos. The Usos
Yeah.
have been dominating this shit
Oof.
for too damn long. They
Yeah,
have
man.
adapted 10 times better now. The
Yeah.
two titles, they deserve it. They have been. This is the thing that people don't realize. You don't have to win matches just to not get what we call get over. Street Profits. They delivered the Street Profits best match, period, that they've had in WWE. Period. If anybody don't remember, Revival could not get a good match with the Street Profits. The latter match that they won the tag titles in, it wasn't very good because the Street Profits were very lacking on so many different things. But you had an energetic Montez. You could not
Yeah.
have this man
Montez is a
not in
beast,
a
yo.
match.
Montez
Montez
needs
has been the main focal, but now you see that Angelo has been putting in major work. Angelo
yeah,
Dawkins
he's
has lost
good.
over 57 pounds right now. I've
He's
seen
good.
this guy personally in the ring before. This dude busts his ass off every single week to prove people wrong. I've said this numerous times. Yes, if they would split, they will both be fine. They would
Yo,
both
listen,
be fine.
I don't agree with that, man. Listen, and this is why, yo,
Angelo
it's
would
like
shock a lot of people, though.
it's like we're
He would
talking
shock.
before, though. See, but that's the thing, yo. It's like it's not just about the wrestling because I think he's a phenomenal wrestler. But the thing that Montez has over, I'll be real with you,
He's
lot
got
of
the
people
Rock
right now.
characteristic. He's got the
He
Rock's
is
charisma.
he is a
Rock
the
has even
charisma,
said it.
man. The charisma.
Rock has
He's
even said it.
he's unbelievable, bro. Like, his movements, his speaking, his character, his presence. When Montez Ford hits the stage, you watching. When he hits that rope, you watching. When he hits
Can
the
you
inside
believe
the
the
ring,
Rock said he would come
everything.
back and be a manager for Montez?
Bro, listen.
Can you believe that?
Yo, but even if the Rock did, just think of how good, like you saw the tease. Let's just jump into the next. So you saw the tease where he wasn't tagging. He was staring at whatever.
It was a
I don't
test,
know what
yep.
that's about. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But they didn't really explain it, so it's letting us know that all right, because Triple H is definitely doing.
It did explain a little bit. it showed that you saw a different side of Montez. And we were getting a teaser for so long, but you see that now their matches have gotten so much more now because Montez has always been the guy that literally gets beat down 10 all the time. We know that. Angelo would take the hot tag, be the powerhouse. Montez takes the tag, frog splash 1 2 3, which Montez has the most beautiful frog splash in
Phenomenal,
pro
man.
wrestling.
He's phenomenal.
Logan Paul might be close to him, but Montez gets so damn high. I don't even think it's possible for a human to jump as high as he does.
Yeah, Montez is a
And
beast, bro.
but I've said it numerous times. Look out for Montez. I
Yeah,
love the Street Profits. They're still one of my favorite tag teams. My daughter loves their entrance song. Um, I don't promote red cups much, but my daughter has to do the little Montez dance with the red cup every now and then, and I'm like, this is why it's different for the quote we say pro wrestler and a WWE superstar.
yo, you might think I'm crazy for this, but I'm telling you right now, I see Montez Ford on some
He
Shawn
could
Michaels
face
shit.
Roman later down the road.
I'm talking about the Rockers breakup, Shawn Michaels shit. Honestly, I can see him being
I just
a
don't want
Shawn
Angelo to
Michaels
get
brother.
fired.
Yeah, I know, but see, Angelo, he's good, but he's gonna hit the
I feel like
Otis and Tucker
my
situation.
biggest thing is I think if Angelo does, if they do split, I want to see a feud between those two, which they remind me of Enzo and Cass, except just more charismatic and way better in the ring, both of them.
Yeah,
This is literally the feud that we wish we got with Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass never won a tag team title, which never understood this. Like they
they
were the
were
most
over,
over
man.
tag team
They
that
were
year
over.
completely. And I had a feeling when we were at WrestleMania 33, I'm thinking, all right, my wife's a huge Enzo and Amore fan. Huge Enzo and Cass. She loved that group more than
They
anything.
were good. They were good. I liked them.
Like, no. The funny thing is, I remember I've told you this before. My wife didn't know who Shawn Michaels and all these guys were. She knew who the NXT guys were because that's who she would go see it on TV, go to the Armory and go watch these guys every
Yeah,
single Friday, every single Saturday, stuff like that. That was like our first dates type thing. We would go see NXT shows all the time. And she fell in love with these guys, in love with them.
yeah.
And when they split, my wife had the most tearing moment. Like that was just traumatizing. And needless to say, when we went to WrestleMania 33, I'm thinking, they're gonna win this. Finally, this is their match. Hey, CA, we
CA.
definitely gotta get another one. We gotta get another one soon, miss.
Yeah, CA
But
is fun, bro. I wasn't even checking any of the comments over
absolutely,
here. I just saw
man,
a couple of them
absolutely.
got locked.
But man, for WrestleMania 33, I'm thinking, Enzo and Cass are finally gonna get their moment. Obviously, Sheamus and Cesaro were killing it in the tag team division for a while,
Yeah,
and then when the Hardy Boys came out, you knew what the hell was gonna happen.
yeah.
That
I almost
shit
lost my
shocked
mind with that.
me. That
Yep.
shocked me. And I told Samantha, I was like, "Your boys had a good run." That's all I told her. I said they had a good run because
Yeah.
that was done.
Hardy's had to win that shit. After you saw the Hardy, when that music hit, and I was sitting there watching the TV, and I was like, "Whose music is that?" And then it hit me. I was like, "Wait a minute!" And then I saw the. I was like, "Oh!" I flew up out the chair. I lost my mind to that shit right there,
Bruh,
man.
I lost
That was a
hearing for a
great.
day and a half because of
Yeah,
this. Like we
that
were
was great.
we were by the entrance ramp because they had it circled out like this. So we're by the entrance ramp. I could show you a
Yeah,
video where the reaction was. Our I mean the adrenaline in that night was just insane. Like I was shocked
yeah. I
to
can
see that we
imagine.
even still had energy after that because that match literally was right before the Divas match. Bless that match because
Oh
nobody
man, that
had
was.
energy to cheer for them. None.
Yeah. And then
And
wasn't
it
that
was
the one
sad
that they
because it was
had?
Bailey. It was Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte, and Nia Jax. It was a great
Oh,
match.
that's right.
They
That's
all
right. Yeah,
had a
that's right.
great match, but nobody had energy for it because it was just like they lost it when the Hardy Boys came out. Like that
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
first time in so long they came out. But I I really think if the Street Profits do split, I think Angelo probably will get released from WWE or go back to NXT, revamp himself, make him get a newer character out.
Yeah.
But he would
It would
really
be.
stand out if he went to another promotion.
it would be hard, man. And this is nothing against Angelo, man. It's
He's
like
young. He's very young.
he's definitely a phenomenal wrestler, man. But it's just like we're both saying, bro. It's all about that character,
That
yo. It
charisma,
is
man. You
all
gotta
about
be
that
that
character,
charisma.
yo. It's got to be captivating, and WWE is the highest, grandest stage. If you ain't on that stage on some Broadway type shit, like you step there and everybody's like, "What?" That's why I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, Montez Ford, the glasses, he don't even need much. He beat Shawn Michaels, bro. New music, throw on some shit, and just his character.
And now his matches are starting to match his charisma.
He's getting bigger.
Look out. Look out.
I'm telling you, he is going to be, if not on some next level.
I would love to see a thing between him and I would love to see a faction between him and Bianca.
Him and Bianca on some bad guy shit. Or
yes. Tell me how much of heat, like thinking of like Edge and Lita,
Oh yeah.
Like Bianca be his reason of winning the title. He sold his soul to win the heavyweight title. Telling me he would draw the most heat in that building that night.
Yeah.
Bianca is still a heel to me. I don't see her as that baby face. Well, 10 times better. The character, it's not a baby face gimmick.
Yeah. She got attitude. Like, it just seems like it would go over. And now that Charlotte Flair's back,
it makes her look a little bit presented weak because she looks 10 times bigger than her whole talent that she's facing.
That's what I'm saying. She's never a believable
now she fights Charlotte.
Like
that's a different scenario. But like it's just you want these things to look very believable. Like how you just said with Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss's accolades explain why she is what she gets in the matches.
Yeah.
She busts her ass off. Like I tell people all the time, Alexa Bliss can be one of those ring generals if you really wanted her to be. If you really let that girl let loose in the ring, she could tear it down any day of the week with anyone. Yeah. But she's been on these character-driven things that is just like, hey, let's play with the coffee. Let's do this. Oh, you want to tag with Nikki ASH or whatever else there was around there.
But it's remember, before that, she was holding the belt every week, man. It's like she had
she never won a title in NXT, and then she went and dominated the main roster
because she had a belt forever, man. I mean, I couldn't remember at a time. And then when she started doing all the extra stuff, like you're saying, like that was when they were like, well, we have to do something with her because we can't give the title anymore. That's what it felt like.
Because they pushed her to the moon quick, and they couldn't do. That's the same thing they did with Kevin Owens. Vince didn't know what to do with KO for a long time. Yeah, and that's the scary part. Like, KO is, I hate to say it, KO could be your main guy. He could be your main guy. And the stuff that he's doing with Roman right now?
Yeah.
If Cody wasn't coming back, man, I'm sorry. KO might have took something.
I think I'm tired of hearing Cody, man. Like, yo, Cody Rhodes is good.
Bruh.
I don't know,
He wrestled with a torn bicep. He transitioned the generation again.
I don't know, man. I just ain't feeling it.
If Cody, now, I love Cody Reynolds.
I love Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes.
Cody, if you watch this, you know I love you, bro. But if you would slow down the ring and focus on where your character work, you could be the next guy.
I don't think he could be a baby face. This is the thing. This is my shit. Maybe this is just me. All right.
He follows too much of the Triple H. That's the biggest problem. He follows so much of Triple H's genre. When he went to the Indies, he focused on, wearing the suits, and he done a great job with it. But it was literally
the hair.
A Triple H character, and I hated the fact that he dyed that damn hair. I told him that when he first did it. I thought it was no. He got it for a movie role, and he just stuck with it because. The funny thing is, when he left, because he wanted to feel like he was just not Dusty Rhodes' son anymore. And this is one thing I will talk about regarding like matches with him and Seth Rollins, because those were the most genius things that they ever done. Because if anybody remembers, Dusty's number one guy in NXT was Seth Rollins, Seth Black, whoever you want to call him in the Indies. That was Dusty's guy. Dusty did not want to put Seth Rollins with the Shield. He wanted Seth Rollins to go up there and be like, the powerhouse guy.
See,
Dusty
I'm
flat
glad they
out
did it with
told
the Shield.
Dusty told the developmentals nonstop that Seth Rollins was going to be better than Shawn Michaels.
I mean, wrestling wise, man, and I love Seth. Seth is incredible. I think Seth is one of the best guys in on the roster.
Seth
No,
is
hands
your
down.
modern day Chris Jericho.
There you go. There you go. That's I can get more relatable in that. Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho is a dream match kind of ordeal because I can see that. But with Seth, automatically, I don't think that would have happened if it wasn't for the Shield. I think that they transitioned Seth completely.
I didn't really even know much of Seth, and that's bad on me because I watched the match that he did in Georgia where he faced AJ Styles and jumped off the dude's big belly and stuff like that. That was so freaking entertaining because you didn't see it often. Like you thought the big guy was a part of the show, and he had no clue what was going on.
Hey, listen,
they just randomly did it. That's when you knew Seth was going to be something. And I didn't follow Tyler Black for the longest time because, bro, we all watched WWE. We didn't really care for these indies at the time. I'm gonna publicly say it. Until I got into the indies myself, that's when I really even paid attention to anything regarding this stuff. Yeah. But it was so it was so inspirational to see, how the transition of Seth, Roman, and even Mox. And I thought for the longest time when the Shield was there, I thought Moxley was going to be more the heel than any of them because Moxley just gave you that vibe every single time. And then when Seth turned on all of them, I was shocked because I didn't even know much. I remember when I said about Seth, I was like, Seth would look like that major good guy. Never do wrong, be that good guy. He was always that follower type scenario. And when he turned on those guys, he made you give that Punk vibe for the longest time. Literally, Seth wouldn't even have to say anything on that mic and you would have booed his ass out of the building. Yeah. You absolutely could not stand Seth Rollins. That's why his matches with Cena, Lesnar, all of them were so damn good just because of that moment that he did with the Shield. He sold his soul to the devil. He sold himself to the cerebral assassin. And man, let me tell you, that was some of the best storytelling that they had at that time. Yeah, when it was good. The Authority.
And they placed him in the place where he needs to be. They gave him what he needed to make it good. They gave him the Two Stooges dudes, the corporate Kane. Everything was mapped out.
They even gave him a match with his favorite guy, Sting, for a moment. Even though Sting got hurt, but that was supposed to have been like a 3-show ordeal. And then when Sting got hurt, obviously, that changed.
Yeah, they just chill with all that old people shit, yo. They have enough people. They have enough people to make like phenomenal stuff now. But like I was saying about Cody, bro, this is the thing with Cody for me, yo. I don't like the fact that people come in, and even though Cody is a damn, what the hell is the word? A veteran in WWE. He's definitely is. I mean, his dad is. Cody Rhodes is a legend, but I feel like he's coming in and jumping in a position that he's not ready for yet. I don't feel like he deserves it. I don't feel like he deserves the spot. I'm telling you right now. He's not John Cena.
The biggest thing is you never followed him fully on the indies. And this is the thing I got to say.
But even indies words, though, it's like you can be wherever you are. We've already established.
Bro, he's literally like AJ Styles. He literally transitioned himself. Oh, come on. Come on now.
Him coming in, walking right in and just being on some grand stage shit.
Brian, I love you. We can't do this about AJ now.
Yo, listen, but Warren, hear me out real quick. AJ Styles, phenomenal wrestler, right? He did a whole lot, right? What's his name? Phenomenal wrestler. Did a whole. Well, when you go to WWE, we already understand it's more than that. It's more than just your phenomenal
It is more
wrestling.
than that. And I think the matches that he had with John Cena is what really made AJ.
Yeah. I mean, he went to John Cena first? Because I know he came at the Royal Rumble. Didn't he win a title before he started?
No, he went against Roman instantly.
Oh, damn. Gee, I can't remember that. Shit was
he went against Roman instantly.
That was back when Roman was still scrubbing, though. Roman was a scrub before, bro. Roman was a scrub. Yo, listen, when they was doing that, when he was getting booed out the arena, Roman was a
No, the
scrub, yo.
first person that AJ was really going against was Chris Jericho.
Okay.
They
Damn,
had
that's
a
back in the day,
WrestleMania
man.
match.
That's back in the day.
I'm
I
telling you,
can't even
man,
remember a
they
lot of that shit.
if somebody deserves his damn flowers, it's fucking Chris Jericho.
Yo, Chris Jericho,
This
one of the
man is
greatest of
50
all
something
time.
years old, moving healthy as can be,
Yeah,
can do this stuff, still sing. He does so many different things. He's
yeah,
the number one podcaster on this fucking planet.
yeah,
Like it's insane the stuff that he still can do to this day.
yeah.
It's insane.
Jericho's a beast, bro. Jericho's a beast. But all right. So we talked about Montez. We talked about that match, and I
Well, you
think
gonna explain more about the Cody thing because I
yo,
got something to
listen,
say on this because
Cody needs to earn his stripes from me, bro. And I've
all
seen
right,
Cody
I
wrestle.
get
I saw
that. I get
Legacy. I
that.
saw all of it. For him to jump in and just jump on
Here's
some
the
I'm being
reality.
Roman
He
shit,
would have never
fuck
even
out
had
of
to
here.
come back, and he would still got a Hall of Fame ballot. He still deserved the Hall of
I
Fame ballot.
believe. I believe.
Him and his brother were the first people. Him and his brother were the first team to beat the Shield. If anybody
Shit,
remembers.
Gold Dust deserves Hall of Fame. I don't know. I don't even understand how the fuck he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. But
He went to AEW.
listen, well, Triple H is in charge now, so
Actually,
I'm
I think
hoping
Triple
that
H is still gonna. I think Triple H is
yeah,
gonna do
they
something.
got history. I mean, him and Goldust got long time history.
That was Triple H's first match. Was against Goldust in WWE.
Against Goldust in WWE. But what's it called? When Cody came, bro. Like I said, I like Cody. I got to keep making sure I verify it. When Cody came, I was happy to see him. Like, oh, Cody Rhodes back. Okay, cool. I know he made a name for himself because he was playing the Stardust shit when he was in what's it called, and I knew he was better than that then even. But when he came back, he established himself in the indie scene.
He
Like you
believed his
said,
character.
you weren't feeling him. I thought the transition was fucking incredible, especially because he was doing the Stardust goofy shit. He
With his
established
brother,
himself as a dominant role, leading the Bullet Club, everything that he established himself outside, then fucking creating AEW, the all out shit, and then he did everything.
There wouldn't
he
be an
wanted to do
AEW without Cody Rhodes.
without Cody Rhodes.
People
There's
get
no doubt
mad.
about
People
it.
get mad at me all they want.
Nah,
Nobody
there's
would
no
give
doubt
it.
about it.
An average wrestling fan wouldn't even give a damn about the Bullet Club unless Cody Rhodes was in it.
I think Cody Rhodes established. Let me go even further.
Cody made it to where it's okay to have Hollywood in the Indies.
That's what I was just about to say. I think Cody Rhodes established the Indies. I'm not gonna fucking bullshit y'all, because when nobody, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you knew about the Indies, but nobody was talking about the Indies.
Nope.
Not even the Bullet Club, until Cody came and completely brought it to light. Cody came and you said, wait a minute, Cody Rhodes was in what's it called? Everybody was like, wait a minute, Cody Rhodes is doing better on the Indies than he was in WWE. How the fuck is that possible? WWE is the best. Cody Rhodes established the Indies, bro. Like, so I think if he came back and he did his, took his time, his matches with Seth have been phenomenal. He's been earning his stripes in that way. He got injured right away, so now he's got to come back. But if you're going to tell me he comes back and just fights Roman for the title, I don't fucking know. Or wins the Royal Rumble. Let me put that shit out there. Or wins the Royal Rumble. I don't want to hear that shit. Yo. I'm sorry. I can't fuck with it. I can't. He probably is going to, but I'm not one of them.
I don't see him just return at the Rumble. I think he's going to return a little bit earlier earlier than the Rumble.
They need to.
They need him, and that's pissing me off.
Yeah.
People know who Cody is. People already know who Cody is.
Yeah.
And I think what they're doing, they want to see if that relevancy is going to really still be there. WWE does this all the time. And this is one reason why WWE guys, it's so much of a different transition than just pro wrestling guys. People get mad at me when I say these things, but they want to hear the perspective, which is so fucking asinine to me.
That's how it is. Like, if you want to argue, if you want to talk shit,
and it's just like it's so funny. They want to hear my opinion. They don't like it, but they still want to see what I got in this visual, and that's something I take very respectful on. So here's my thing with this: Cody transcended himself into this thing. We can all be real about it. Cody's pop was the second biggest pop compared to Stone Cold's pop in that WrestleMania. Period.
Okay.
Honestly. It was because the fact you heard of him going to be there. We heard rumors about it nonstop.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody was like, "Oh, I think I heard Kingdom 7 hours away or 7 miles away in the stadium, the dome and stuff." And you still did not want to believe it because what he done outside of WWE.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you know, I owe very big respect to Cody. Big respect to Cody. Cody helped me in the independence. He helped me evolve my character and help me, learn what branding and stuff like this. Cody is, I love how you said he established the indies because the
For
only
real.
person that really has stood out in the independents, regardless of the KOs, El Generico,
Yeah.
King Ricochet, or whatever we
Will
want to say,
Ospreay, all of them. Yeah,
like
all of them.
Cody
Kenny
made
Omega,
it.
everybody.
Cody made it to where the indies are fucking cool. That
Yeah.
was the
I
truest
tell
thing
you.
because Cody proved people that you can go within the indies, be successful. You're
Yep.
going to be busy as hell. Honestly, the second person that's going to be under established in the indies, Matt Cardona. And there's a speculation
Mm,
that he could be at the Rumble, and I would love it.
mm.
And if Matt Cardona comes back,
Oh
I don't
man.
want him as Zack Ryder. I don't want him as Zack Ryder. But
Yeah, yeah. He couldn't be Zack Ryder anymore.
my thing about Cody is when you say he hasn't earned it, you haven't fully followed the indies at that time. And Cody presented himself, revamped his character, went a whole 180 with it. He went from a babyface heel, babyface heel, babyface heel, babyface heel, went to New Japan, which was unheard of. Cody should have
Hmm.
never went to New Japan, and Cody did it. Cody has wrestled every single human being that he has wanted to wrestle,
Hmm.
except Roderick Strong. That's the only person he hasn't wrestled that was on that damn list. Out of all those guys that he wanted to wrestle the absolute best. From the Great Muta, from Kenny Omega, from Will Ospreay, Ricochet. Like he's been wanting to wrestle all these guys. Of course, when he goes to the WWE, who's he going to wrestle? Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah,
Who's going to
yeah.
be that guy that can be the dude that really see if he's got that initiative. If he wants to be the guy, prove it. You're going to wrestle our top tier guy that
Yeah.
makes sure
Seth is
you
unreal, man.
belong in this business. And
Yeah.
honestly, right now, as much as we want to say Roman is the top guy there, Seth, in my opinion, is the top guy. Seth is the guy that
Seth is the best
he
wrestler
is. He is not known. I can't say he's the
as
John Cena.
as far as the most technical
He's the Randy
wrestler.
Orton. He's the Randy Orton. He's the in-ring guy. Obviously, Roman is Cena. He's the main draw. Seth is the guy that is WWE that you can trust to go to shows, go to these night
Yeah.
shows, and promote WWE.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think. See, you kind of just even like even what you were just saying right there, you were kind of stuck a little bit, and I was thinking about it too. It's kind of hard to establish who really is. That's why I keep saying the bloodline, man. The
It's a
bloodline, of
it's a
course,
toss up between Seth
it's
and obviously the Bloodline.
it's very hard. But you want to know something? But then you also have Sami Zayn, but that's the bloodline, I guess you could put in this character. But if Sami Zayn wasn't with the bloodline, would it be fucking Sami? Nah, let's be real. It wouldn't. He wouldn't have nothing. You wouldn't even think about Sami Zayn in this conversation. But the bloodline is so dominant, anything attached to the bloodline is going to be relevant. But now
Yep.
you also, like you said before, people were bigging up in like the Riddle. They were saying Matt Riddle was going to be a really big thing. I was never really on Riddle. I thought it was kind of
I
too much of
liked
a
his
joke and
character,
shit.
but man, he had too much drama with him, and he can't
Too much
stay off the
shit, man.
drugs.
And also
That's the biggest problem when you get these MMA guys. I'll be real with you, man. These MMA guys, I mean, they're phenomenal. They can adapt to the wrestling background. Riddle really adapted to being a pro wrestler
yeah, he
and
was
really
good.
was
He
adapting
is
to be
good.
a character. I will visually say it. I remember I trashed Riddle for a long time, and I think I've done it on your show before too. And I said it. Riddle has drawn on me. Riddle grew on me because of these stories. I mean, the fucking story that he did with Seth Rollins. I tell you right now, every match that Seth Rollins had this year, he deserved to be number one this year.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
had banger after banger. He
Seth is
literally
great.
wrestled a guy that had one back, basically,
Yeah, yeah. Seth is
and
amazing,
made a
bro.
5-star out of it.
Yeah.
That is what we call wrestling.
Yeah, Seth is amazing. I think that Seth Rollins. I've said it before. I still stand with it. I think Seth Rollins should be the one that dethrones fucking Roman Reigns. I think it
I
would be
see.
one
I
of the
think
biggest
that could be. I
stories, man.
think that will still happen. I think the biggest thing is what they're wanting to do, and I still feel like it's already finalized. But I love the fact if it's not, it's just to get the dirt sheet even to lose their mind more because it's kind of like they want to get that inside story, but they can't fully get it because the Rock. Rock is public about stuff, but he's not going to tell you
Yeah, he
the
ain't gonna
stuff
tell you
that
that shit.
obviously is going to present stuff, and that's why the Rock's shit is always going to be epic. Stone
Hmm.
Cold stuff is always going to be epic because you will never know when they're going to show up.
Yeah, they're
Never know.
legends, man. They're legends,
And
bro. Even if they just
when that
pop up,
song
they
hits at Royal Rumble, if it's in number 30, if it's not even a number, and he just makes a shocker to affect Roman, you know what WrestleMania is going to be. And I think if Rock doesn't show up at Rumble, doesn't enter the Royal Rumble, but affects Roman to lose a title at Royal Rumble,
there you
then
go.
there's a story with this. And I still think to this day, I think maybe I'm hoping because obviously they're talking about with Drew and Seth. Seth is probably going to win the Rumble.
That's what I was gonna say. If I had to pick somebody, and I know this sounds like it would be crazy, Seth never won a Rumble yet, has he?
No,
Yeah, I think giving Seth the Rumble would be the best, would be the smartest
Seth
decision
has
there.
only been in one Rumble.
Oh shit, damn, that's even more incredible. I think Seth Rollins winning the Rumble is where it needs to be. I mean, I can't pick anybody else who I would say winning the Rumble. You can't do
But you
KO.
want Cody to come in this momentum, and everybody's like, Cody needs to face Seth. And I said I agree with it, and I disagree at the same time because if you Seth is in this transition now, he's about to be this baby face. Like it or not, he is getting to be the baby face.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
he's
whoa,
changing.
the fans are following
They
this
love it.
insanely. And it's happening organically because Seth
Yeah,
is still being that heel, but you could tell in his matches and stuff. That match he did with Austin Theory last night, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah,
yes, bring
yep.
more of that. I wish, and this is something that I always talk about WrestleMania 33 sometimes. That was one thing I think was missing between that feud between him and Triple H. Seth did not sell his knee half as much to make me really feel like, oh, you were hurt before this
Yeah,
match.
yeah.
That match that he did with Theory, he sold that knee every possible way. When he did the high knee and literally just felt like his knee gave out, I was like, that is the best storytelling you can do. Like, this man
He
is
needed,
figured out.
but he needed to though because he knew he was taking that L. See, the reason
Yeah.
why you have to sell this shit,
Exactly.
especially when
See,
you're
and it
losing,
tells you the story why he lost
exactly,
because of how he
exactly,
got
yeah,
hurt. And that
exactly,
makes him stronger. That makes the credibility.
exactly,
And it
yeah,
also helps Theory. It helps
yeah,
Theory up in the ranks and it
exactly,
presents his heel character in a bigger, wide range. And I'm telling you right now,
exactly.
man, guys, look out for Austin Theory. This
Oh
dude
yeah,
is
yeah.
going to
I'm
be
saying
your
too.
main
Yeah,
generational heel in the near future. Hands
I think,
down.
I think
I told you
Theory.
don't give up on Theory. I
You
told
did, you
numerous
did.
people.
But here's the thing. I think Theory. I don't even see him as being like. I see them playing him the smart. Same thing. I'm saying that even though Cody's
Book him like
established,
Orton.
I think Randy. I think fucking I think Austin Theory is gonna come in doing a great job now. He's like he gave up the bullshit. I don't got the phone no more. Jokes are over. Now it's get serious time. Who did he just pin? He pinned Seth. Who did he beat before? Seth and Bobby. He's on this trajectory. He don't got no more Vince McMahon. You calling me a kid? You doing this? He's playing the shit perfect. What's going to happen is what happened with everybody. People hate him right now. You hating him, you're supposed to hate him. You want to hate him. But then that hate is going to turn into, yo, Theory's fucking kicking ass. And then you're going to start liking him. And when you start liking him, you'll be mad that you like him. And then you're going to transition and that natural baby face of you're going to see him wrestle somebody. And like I said before,
He
I
was a
think that
huge baby
he
face in
should
the
have
Indies.
he should have taken that fucking belt from Roman. I'm telling you right now. I promise you. With that fucking money in the bank, that would have been, even if Roman won that shit back the next night, that he should have done it. He should have ended the
I
streak
think a
on
lot of people would have shitted on it if
oh
he had won
man.
the Money in the Bank.
I think they would have lost their fucking minds and they would have
Well,
been talking
wrestling
about it
fans are going to shit themselves regardless. They're going
anyway,
to get
right?
mad about any possible thing. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
wrestling fans are like a girl. Like honestly, it's like where you want to eat. Where do you want to eat? Oh, I want a burger. I'm not feeling a burger. Like really, that's just like
Yeah.
these type of scenarios with, and it's like you never can please the wrestling audience. And I feel like people watch it just so they can get their opinion on it and see what
Oh
they
yeah.
want for the
That's
dirt sheet
everything.
and all this bull
That's
crap.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the first thing I strike with them is, have you been in the ropes? Have you took this bump? How can you sit here and say, oh, they botched this, they done this? Have you know what a real botch is? Have you experienced that in the ring? And they just stay silent. And then they're like, okay, I see what you're going with this. I see what you're saying. And some people get defensive. Oh man, you can't just use that. Blah blah blah. I said, why not? Why not? That's like
See,
saying a football player, hey man, you don't run fast enough, but you're in the NFL. Like that, like
yeah.
what gives you these critique and standpoints? And I feel like with wrestling has gotten so outrageously enlarged.
Yeah.
And I mean,
A lot of people watching that.
this Rumble right now, they sold out, and it's still like what 3 or 4 weeks away.
Yeah,
Like
I mean the
this
Royal
this
Rumble
Rumble
is
has
like,
been sold out for 2 months straight now. They
yeah,
had to add seats into this thing.
yeah.
There's a rumor that
You don't even
Cena
know
might
who's
even
in
be
it.
in this Rumble.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. See, that's the stuff that I think that they really need to get away from this
I
year,
think they
man.
need to put legends in this. I think it's a
Oh,
good
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
good introduction
definitely
to stuff
legends.
like that.
Legends is good, but not people that's coming in on some. I'm on some
So
grand
so tell
marketing.
me this. So tell me this.
No.
How cool would it be to see that Orton's back after we've been hearing all these dirt sheets and then you find out the shit's false? Because
I'm
Orton
not
comes
into it.
back and be's that guy that we want. I tell you right now, if Orton never hurt his back, Orton would have been the guy to dethrone anybody.
I think that
Orton
he was
is
going to.
literally one of the best guys on any wrestling roster. He
Yeah,
has every
yeah.
possible factor that you could look at. He's got the look. I mean, the dude's like almost 50 years old, and he looks like when he was in his 20s.
I
It's
think he's past his
sickening.
prime, though. I think it's over. I don't mean looks wise. I mean just. I think his time is done. Orton he's been in it, bro. He's been in it. Like
He
no
didn't even
matter
want
how
to
you
be
look
there
at
as
it.
long as he is.
Look at the thing. Look at the thing, Warren. Here's the real thing, bro. No matter how you look at it, bro, we are in a completely different age of wrestling at
We
this
are
point.
way in the
The
yeah.
John Cena's, the Randy Ortons, these are people we all grew up. We love them. The Rock, we love them. The Stone Cold, when they come in for the surprise appearance, it's beautiful. But now,
And they still
AEW's
make an
established.
impact though.
They
But
do.
think of
Of
this guy.
course, it's fucking
Think of
amazing.
this guy. If think of it this way. Say like if Sami Zayn, KO, and all these guys left, who has that impact? I think I always ask you this question. Out of all the guys that are in wrestling now, the names that we see now, who are the guys that average fans that don't watch wrestling would know outside of wrestling?
Shit, I say that same fucking thing. That's what I'm saying. Who will they know? If you're
Roman?
looking at it,
That's it.
you're gonna know Roman. You're gonna know
You
you're gonna
might
know
know Seth.
Roman.
You might know Seth.
I don't even think you know. You know you're gonna know. You're gonna know Becky. You're gonna know Charlotte, and you're gonna
Yep.
know Bailey. You're gonna know Sasha Banks. You're gonna know the women. I mean, to be real, you're gonna know Ronda
The
Rousey.
women have
The
made their
women
names.
dominated that name,
The
but they
Bella
haven't.
twins. The Bella twins
Oh
are
yeah,
known
Bellas.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
but the thing is, the thing about it is, like you're saying now, man. That's why we have to stop going back to the fucking Ortons and the Cenas, because these guys have to be allowed to have these grand moments like we remember the Ortons and the Cenas having, bro. If we keep allowing them to have these dominating fucking moments, and then you forget Kevin Owens, like you said, you don't even remember him that match because John Cena's a part of it. But you want fucking John Cena to be looked at like Kevin Owens is looked at, or Kevin Owens looked at like John Cena's looked at. So you have to have these guys having their amazing moments so we can remember them and know them and shit. You got to pass the torch, bro.
What a year for a KO. What a year for that man.
So deserved too, because he was lost
Headline
in the shuffle,
WrestleMania.
man.
Headline WrestleMania with Stone Cold. Main event. Don't care what anybody said. That was the main event.
The greatest part of WrestleMania, in my opinion. I'll be real. I thought that match with him and Stone Cold,
the cells that he did.
Cold, the actual match was good. all
And
over the
Stone
arena. The
Cold let him give
suplex.
him a stunner. You know how
Oh
how much
man, yeah, for
recommendation
real.
that is for. That's KO's guy. That is KO's favorite of all
Yeah,
time.
all time,
And
yo.
KO will tell you numerous times he's like, man, I still cannot believe I gave Stone Cold a stunner.
Yeah, I
Still
can
can't
believe it.
believe it.
You also got to factor this in too, because KO, man, he's been wrestling for years. I mean, not
Kevin
in
Owens is the biggest biggest WWE fan of them all.
yeah. I
People
mean,
people need to listen to some of him being on podcasts. He'll tell you all the time. On the road, he's listening to WWE tunes. That man is obsessed of WWE.
yeah,
I
he's the
tell
man,
people all the
bro.
time. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's going to AEW." I said, "There's no way in hell. KO
Nah,
would
yeah.
never
I don't think
leave."
he's deflecting,
They
yo.
said his contract's almost up, and he said he doesn't see why he wouldn't resign. He's having the most absolute fun he has ever had. Sammy, he had the most fun he ever had to do
Sami
that thing
Zayn.
with Johnny Knoxville and then get the bloodline initiation and stuff like this. Like, think of this way. When the bloodline do turn on Sammy, Sammy is going to be your biggest presentation around that time.
He
That's
will.
going to be the testing moment to see if Sammy's really going to be the main guy that we're looking at. Is he going
Yeah.
to get that Kofi Kingston moment? Is it going to happen,
I
or
don't think so.
is it not going to be that fold? Like, it's
I
those
kind of wanted
moments.
to. Yo, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. My standpoint on this has kind of changed a little bit.
Sammy's got a different size build. Like, Sammy puts on, he could be a heavyweight.
He's
That's the
aggressive.
thing.
I think that's his thing. Sami Zayn's thing is not whether he's big or not. I think Sami Zayn's
He's
aggressive.
actually pretty damn big in person. Like, people don't realize Sammy's not that small of a dude.
Yeah. When you see him and you compare him to, like, and that's one of the things with the size stature of when you look at Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker hold the title for 3 years. So you gotta come correct. If you don't, then it's like it's not legitimate, really, because it's like, so you're telling me that this guy, unless, like I said, it has to be on some surprise shit. It has to
Yeah.
be like that. So that's why I'm saying the turn on Sammy is going to be epic, bro. I hope that they don't telegraph it, because they're kind of starting to telegraph it a little bit too much. I think it needs to stay on this high elevation. It needs
Let
to
it
be like,
give
we
sticky
love him.
notes. Let it
Bro,
give sticky notes.
I think it needs
Let
to
the
just be on some out
breadcrumbs
of the
come,
blue shit.
but don't go too much.
Yeah.
Just let it, like how you doing with Bray. Just
Yeah.
slowly slow it out. And think of it this way: how is what transition has it been for LA Knight? Nobody is. I got to
That's
be honest
another
with
one.
people.
LA
I got to
Knight
be
is
honest
another
with
one. That's my
people.
boy, yo.
This right here has made LA Knight.
That nigga's, yo,
That
he's
thing
phenomenal,
with
bro.
Bray, this thing with Bray has just proved to you. You're gonna go and look at some old LA Knight matches on NXT. You're gonna look at some of these old LA Knight matches on Impact. He made Impact for the last 3 or 4 fucking years.
Yo,
If
he's
anybody want to
phenomenal.
remember,
He's
he's
phenomenal.
literally. I can't believe I'm
You
saying it.
got some
I
guys out
can't
here,
believe
man.
I'm saying,
You got
bro.
some dudes out here, bro.
He is the White Rock.
That you sound like DeAndre now. He said that. I'd have shut
That
that down real quick.
energy. I don't think I would. I'm never gonna say he's gonna hit that Rock level, but he brings something
He's
that
got
could go
charisma.
into that,
He's
but
got
to
charisma, yo.
transition into his own.
Yeah.
And I will never say he's going to be a main event Rock guy, but he could be a main event guy to, like, hey,
I think
do
so.
these guys belong? I don't
Yeah.
see him being a heavyweight champ. He might be a
Yo,
one-time champ
I
or
think
something.
so. That's what's funny, man. I
He
think
could be
LA
like a
Knight has
Kane.
what it takes. I
Be
think
like a
LA Knight
Kane.
could be like a. I think LA Knight could be like a, what's it called? I think with a manager, and I don't give a fuck how
Oh,
you look at
easily.
it. You need a manager, bro. The manager needs
Get him
whether
with MVP or Paul Heyman. Done.
even
Done.
just somebody like even how
Or a woman.
Bradshaw's doing it, like how Bradshaw's doing with Baron Corbin. Like you can go a
Baron.
lot of ways,
Please give
man.
him a title. I
Yeah,
want to
you
see
can
Baron
go a
get a
lot of
title.
ways, man. It's all about how you build the character. He's already charismatic. I mean, I think LA Knight is phenomenal. I'll be real with you. Without a manager, I
His
think he can
promos
go up
are
there.
sickening.
Yo, he's a
It's
beast, man.
so damn
He's a
good.
beast. Yeah, he's somebody to watch for this year. I think him. I think Theory. LA Knight. LA Knight is somebody who could play. This is what I don't. Where you got to look at with Theory. LA Knight can be an amazing heel, and he could be an amazing face.
In
I think
betweener.
he could be he could be either one because he could be the same person being both. He could be bad and do the same shit as if he was good. He's fucking phenomenal. Mark my words, bro. I'm
I
telling you.
could see he could do some transition like how Eddie did, like slightly cheat, but
Yeah,
make it in
yeah,
a
like
babyface persona,
exactly, or some
make
Stone
it
Cold
like a
shit.
Hollywood type
You
presentation,
don't
something
care.
like
It
that.
is what The Rock was an asshole, but you loved him. Stone Cold was an asshole, but you loved him.
Isn't that weird
Eddie
to think that
Guerrero,
now? Isn't
for
that weird
real,
to
man.
think now? Like
Seth
we
Rollins
we
is an
we
asshole,
cheered
but you
these
love him.
guys, but the character was like they were like bullies. In
Yeah,
reality, they were like
for
bullies.
real.
And now we're like, man, there's no Rock, there's no Stone
Yeah,
Cold, and
yeah,
and
man.
and just like how we're talking about these guys now, we got Theory, we got LA Knight, we got Bray
Yeah,
Wyatt, we got Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, guys like this. I use this metaphor a lot, with the Karate Kid, with Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
You want to watch with Daniel Lugo. You want to watch the thing regarding Johnny Lawrence. You want to watch the stuff with Silver and obviously Kreese. But you also are caring about the newer characters as well. That is something that we are finally witnessing in WWE. We
Exactly.
are
That's what
getting
I'm
newer
saying.
talent.
It's a new
We're
time,
getting
yo.
the newer presentation, and we're actually caring about these guys.
Yeah, for real. And it needs to happen. And we can't keep having it happen if you got The Rock coming back facing fucking Roman
Oh
Reigns
man,
when he's got two
I'm
belts.
sorry.
He needs to
I
do
will
that
be
when he
the
has
hypocrite to
no
this.
belts, bro. No belts.
No
Rock
belts.
versus
I'm
Roman.
not.
I'm down all day.
I don't want him to win the title, and I'm a diehard Rock fan. As much as I would love to
Me
have
too. I
him win
love
another
The Rock.
title, but I want to see the Roman Reigns match. I've been
Yeah,
waiting to
so,
see
so
this
do I.
Roman
I
Reigns
want to
match
see it
since
too.
Orlando. Since Orlando, I've been waiting to see
SummerSlam.
him wrestle Triple H,
SummerSlam.
man.
SummerSlam, bro.
I really wanted to see the Rock face Triple H for his
So did
final
I.
one
Yeah, me too.
because
I wanted that too.
as much
Bad.
as I loved Austin and Rock's matches, we knew Austin didn't want to put Rock over. Let's be real. Let's be real. For the longest time, Austin didn't want to go put under Rock because he felt like it would kill his character. He felt like the feud that they had, Austin had to get the big win every single time. And that's the reason why we got what we got at WrestleMania 17. There's a spoiler, ladies and gentlemen. But literally, you have a moment. This helps Roman in a way too, because now this can solidify Roman as the top Samoan. Rock has been wanting to do this for a long time. They had to push it back from WrestleMania 31 because Roman just was not falling with the crowd. Brock was the option that they wanted with Rock. Rock couldn't get hurt, so they couldn't work him with
Yeah, he
Brock,
ain't gonna
even
fuck.
though
Hey, Rock ain't never gonna fuck with Brock, bro.
no,
That's
Rock
a
wanted to face Brock. Rock wanted to
yeah, but
face
I'm
Brock for the
saying
longest
as
time,
far
and
as
that's
The
where
Rock is,
we got Taker and Brock because Rock's schedule with Fast Five and all that was like Rock wasn't even supposed to be that thing on the New Orleans thing.
oh really? I
Yeah,
didn't even know that shit. I mean,
that's why everybody was shocked when he showed up.
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, bro. I mean, I'm excited for it all. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see Rock and Roman as well. I need to see who's going to dethrone the tribal chief, bro. That's what's on. When somebody's winning for so long,
I want to see a lot
your
of
goal is
family
to see that
involved
shit,
in
man.
this. In that one match, I want to see a lot of family involved.
And
Rikishi,
Roman, oh yeah, everybody
Roman's
be there.
dad, the
Yeah,
Wild
Alpha
Samoans. I
Sika.
want to see all this involvement because that just makes the story even so more compelling.
Yeah, yeah. That's what
And
I'm
you're
saying. They
bringing
don't need
culture
belts, man.
into the product.
They don't even need, to be honest with you,
Samoans have taken over wrestling. Period.
the best things in wrestling. I'll be real with you. Solo Sikoa. I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker right there, he's on a Umaga type level where I think he's gonna be even better. I
That's
think
what
he's
he
gonna be
wanted.
10
That's what
times
he
better.
wanted, and that's even a bigger respect for Triple H on this because Solo came in there wanting to honor Umaga.
And he's
If
doing
anybody
it.
doesn't know, Umaga was his cousin.
He's
And
incredible.
like literally, if Umaga had longer runs, man, Umaga would be in the Hall of Fame simply,
He would have been
easily,
anyway. Because you forgetting about
easily.
he was
The feuds that he did with
3 minute
anybody
warning.
were good.
He was 3 minute warning. He was Rosie and Jamal. I mean, Umaga. I mean, before he was Umaga, he was in a lot. He did a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
Rosie and Jamal, remember, you forget that shit when Bischoff was using them. or whatever.
Yep.
So it was like,
Got
I mean,
3 minutes.
that shit was classic, bro.
It was
When he used to
moments.
kick
When
up
you heard 3 minutes, everybody's like,
Moolah and Mae Young and fucking body slam him and shit.
oh my
That
gosh.
was
I
greatness,
can't believe
yo.
that those women would take the moves that they would do.
They
And they would
super
tell the
human.
men to actually lay in on them.
Yeah, for real.
That was
Yeah,
the craziest part.
Back them up, yo. The Dudley boys power bombing Mae Young old ass off of the thing through the tables. Bro, listen. Hey, there's wrestlers that ain't doing that shit right now.
You just gotta take chances. That's the
Yo.
biggest thing with wrestlers. Like
It
how
should
we
be
say,
so much
man, like
fun,
when
man.
podcasts, it's about trials and errors. Like how you're
Yeah.
saying, you're wanting to get your name out more. You're trying to
Yeah.
do more transitions. You're trying to get on Twitch. You're trying to get on every possible thing. Get your face
Exactly.
on a screen so audience can follow and figure out what you are. It's better to try something than not do something at all. And that's
Sit
something
around.
that wrestlers go through every single time. You
Yeah.
get those moments where you're so high, you're on the top of the road. If anybody wants to see an example of wrestling, watch Young Rock. His dad was at a top tier standpoint, then all of a sudden he made a choice. He never got to go back.
Yeah,
Never.
man. Yeah, that's entertainment business, period. But yeah,
That
I can
is
imagine
wrestling.
with sports and wrestling.
And then
yeah.
you're in that slump of what ifs the rest of your life. You're trying to do all these indie shows, kill your body because you're trying to get back in the big leagues. That's your
Yeah,
main
man.
focus. Now you've got so many different options. If you get released from WWE, guess what? You got AEW.
Yeah.
Don't instantly go back to AEW instantly. I tell people all the time, go try out New Japan. Go try out New London. Go
That's what
try out
Sasha
all
doing.
these ventured out things. That is
Sasha
something.
and Bailey right now, they all going to New Japan for that.
Sasha
Wrestle
Banks and
Kingdom.
Naomi right now. They're doing stuff
Yeah.
with New Japan because they know that's something that Sasha's been wanting to do forever.
I think Sasha going to be at the Rumble. I'm telling you right now, I think Sasha going to be an entrant in the Rumble, bro.
Why do you think that
Telling
if
you
anybody
right now.
realized that Barmageddon thing that was on last night, they pronounced her as Sasha Banks?
Oh, they're stating clearly that Naomi's coming back, but Sasha's going to do that. Wrestle
Naomi
Kingdom.
wouldn't make it far in another indies, in my opinion.
No, I don't think so either. I no offense to get Naomi's fucking phenomenal, but I don't think that
she's one of the best athletes they had for a long time.
Yeah, she's incredible. I think they should bring Naomi back on some heel shit. I'm always with the heels, right? But if you notice, that's the only way motherfuckers get transitioned, man. Look at Roman. Look at anybody. Look at Roman. Look at the Usos. You gotta be
Look at Moxley
to be good.
Moxley
bro.
carried a no-name promotion for a long time and became the main guy.
If Mox came to WWE right now as Moxley, he'd be the fucking Stone Cold of the whole division. I'm telling you right now, no doubt in my mind. He
would get a major push. He would get a major push.
Stone Cold. I mean, literally, that he would be give his ass the stunner because he would be the Stone Cold of the division. There'd be no doubt, bro. I think he would fucking dominate. He would take over the bloodline. He'd be doing the shit Stone Cold was doing.
And I do not like the character. I've never really cared for his character, but I respect the stuff that he's done for a company that for a while he wasn't even signed with, which is still that year that he won the title and stuff, he wasn't signed with them. That is still the part I'm just like,
oh, damn,
like I was wondering why he was going to New Japan and stuff. I'm like, oh man, Tony Khan. And I loved how they were doing those questionable things, like everybody's praising Tony Khan for this and this. I'm like, this is the worst business decision that Tony could have done. Why didn't you sign this man instantly when you had that chance? But it was not revealed for so long until obviously you had the stint with Punk and everybody's like, oh, Moxley wasn't even signed with AEW and he was carrying them that whole year. Like that just gave respect to Moxley.
Yeah. They're intermingling a lot more now because even Shinsuke just did that event recently.
I did not get to watch that. I was so mad, bro.
I didn't
got
watch
to
it
see
either.
the ending. That's all I needed to see. I got to see the entrance. That's something that Shinsuke was always known for.
I saw his entrance
and they played the violin part. I was just like, oh, I really wanted to watch that.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't follow a lot of New Japan matches. I'll be honest with people. I'm a pro wrestler and I cannot watch New Japan all the time. That's just
I don't know too much about it at all. But when I saw Shinsuke
5 a.m. cannot sit there and watch wrestling for the next 7 hours on a no time limit wrestling show.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, I'm getting fucking tired, man. But
That
listen,
attitude right there is how I'd be when I'm watching the show.
for real, man. I'm over here. I'm working all day and shit. Yo, listen, but yo, this live is great. I love this. For everybody who stopped by, as you can see, me and Warren are here talking wrestling once again, and it's going to be like this. For the future, we have a couple more people coming on. We're gonna have some panel discussions. The Royal Rumble's coming up. We did talk about Raw. We said, man, I think we established a lot of good topics, and we really got, if anything, out of the whole conversation, there's so much new stuff coming, bro. It's so many new people. There's so much talent. It's such an amazing industry. It always has been, but the talent now, I feel like we're getting back to the
WWE has
characters,
been
man.
revived.
It feels like it. It definitely feels like it, man. You talk about the Vince McMahon, you talk about whatever you want to talk about. It does feel like it has transitioned, and it's needed it, bro. It's needed it. We're getting back to the characters. We're getting back to seeing the personalities of these guys, man. And I think that shit is why everybody's talking about it again. It's on every channel. You can't turn on a YouTube thing without seeing something wrestling. And you're starting to get back into like TV even. You can't see something on Fox or on your social media feed without it being something wrestling related. We're getting back into where wrestling is becoming mainstream again, bro. And it's really
We're
it's
getting
exciting
what
to be
Triple
a
H has
fan,
been
yo.
wanting to do since he invented NXT.
I can imagine because he's doing it now.
That's what we are getting. We're getting the
7
vision
months?
that Triple H has been trying to get forever.
It's been incredible, bro. I can't wait for this year. I can't wait for this year to see what happens. And we're gonna have some good times, I'm pretty sure. But we're gonna be right here. We're gonna be following it. I'm even thinking about doing some live watch parties, like we did. We'll do some recaps. We'll do a whole bunch of stuff. It's gonna be very, very fun. But Warren, man, thank you so much for coming on, bro. I'm tired of shit. I'm definitely going to sleep. Hey, listen, Beeline, it's straight through the ropes, baby. Yo, we doing it all. We still at the entertainment show. We're going to have live on the lines. I actually got a couple of topics for some live on the lines we're going to do. Warren, I'm pretty sure you'll be a part of some of those too, man. I've been watching the Netflix documentaries again, bro. And I was watching something today where I kind of struck me, and I really want to talk about it, man. And it's here's a sneak peek. It's to do with this.
You want to watch a crazy
shit.
documentary? Watch one on Peacock about the
Casey
Heart
Anthony
guy.
The Heart guy.
He's one of the Heart members.
The Heart Foundation, Tony?
No. He's one of the Hart family guys. His name is I forgot his name. I think it's either Tony Hart, I can't totally remember.
One of their brothers? Brett
He's not a brother. He's like a relative of the Hart family, but he's a dysfunctional character. I'll just put it that way. I'm not going to try to reveal too much on. I'll tell you off the camera, but
I'll check it out.
Definitely will have to check that one out. You will definitely
I fuck with
want to talk about that one after you watch.
Yeah, I fuck with documentaries. But listen, it's like the death penalty shit, man. It was really interesting, and it's a good discussion. I want to talk about it. Live on the line. Fuck it, we gonna do it. But Warren, bro, good looking out for coming on today. It was like some spur in the moment shit. Glad you had some time. Glad we were able to talk about the events that happened on Raw. Raw was really good. The Austin Theory match with Seth Rollins was fucking incredible. I can't wait to see what these guys got to do next, man. We're gonna watch SmackDown, and the Royal Rumble's on the 28th, so we'll be back to talk about that. But until next time, Warren, got anything to say in closing, bro? Make sure you follow Warren Marlowe on Buzzing with Marlowe podcast. He's still got big things going on this year as well. I'm tired.
Got a feud of the century going on right now.
Yeah. He's over here. He got his opponents hosting the shows for him and shit. So definitely check that out.
Oh my gosh, I was so pissed about that.
Yo, listen, I mean, you got.
Someone hacked into my show while I'm on a freaking anniversary cruise with my wife.
Yeah, he did the whole show too. I was like, damn, I thought maybe he was gonna cut it.
And trashed me. I heard.
He was talking some shit. I thought he was gonna like put just pictures of you or something like that up on it. I'm like, oh man, he about to fucking embarrass Warren. But
he did a clip of mine. He did a clip of I think it was my third match ever wrestling. And I think it was when I lost. And dude super kicked me or something.
Oh, dude, okay.
And he was trying to say that was a recent match. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, that was like my third match. But okay.
Oh, he's playing. He's playing. All right, well, I'm ready for that for you. We're gonna be talking about that next and shit. But hey, Beeline, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Everybody who's on live right now, you'll be able to post it up. We're gonna have a lot more. Till next time, stay true, stay positive, pay attention as always, and holla at me later. All right, let's rock out of the out of the live segment here. We're gonna end that, and we're gonna end it. Peace.